I can't recommend this to anyone, including readers enjoying the series. Please find better comics and increase your expectations for Superman. Superman comic fans have been hurting ever since Brian Michael Bendis took over Superman and Action Comics and forced a cancellation of Super Sons. After cucking out Superman and destroying his family, Bendis settled into a fairly predictable pattern on both series. Plenty of continuity errors, exhaustive amounts of lame exposition, almost no action, and minimal story cohesion or progression. Superman number 11 finally delivers action, but suffers much the same otherwise. Thus far, Ivan Reis is delivering consistently great art in spite of the lackluster writing, but the graphics and layouts take a noticeable step back this issue. Reis's Superman stands out as very powerful and well done on the large character panels. Whenever the panels get smaller, the action is much harder to follow and doesn't always make sense. It feels like he's rushed this issue, and Brandon Peterson, credited for some art the past few issues, is noticeably absent. Alex Sinclair's color work is still really good, but it's hard to stand out when the light art is noticeably lacking. This is easily the worst page of art in my opinion. The top and bottom panels are fine, but the smaller panels in the middle are a complete mess. Superman travels at the speed of light, so it's supposed to be hard to keep up with him, but it's on the artist to render the action sensibly. The look on John Kent's face is also laughable. Is he taking a dump in space while Pops destroys everything in sight? The art takes a few steps back in Superman number 11. I rate it 3 out of 5. Normally, Brian Michael Bendis' character work stands out as particularly poor in this series, but this week, both the characterization and plot are terrible. The issue opens in the Phantom Zone, with Rogol Zar recruiting General Zod to aid him destroying Jor-El. In the end, Zod agrees. This makes less than no sense. Zod followed Zar in the Phantom Zone to destroy him for killing Krypton. Zod is a fanatical Kryptonian. He would never, under any circumstance, aid anyone that harmed his homeworld. Even escaping the Phantom Zone wouldn't tempt Zod. If anything, he would put differences aside and aid Superman and Jor-El to destroy Rogol Zar. Bendis continues having severe deficiencies with continuity and characterization. I would also like to point out what an absolute failure the character of Rogol Zar is. He's not particularly interesting, he has a stupid character design, and his motivations shift from issue to issue. The character adds nothing of substance to the Superman mythos. Rogol Zar needs to be jettisoned out the memory hole as soon as the story concludes. The next time he's featured will be far too soon. One of the oddest things about this issue as a whole is Superman going to save his father. Jor-El is directly responsible for John being trapped on Earth 3, tortured by evil versions of his parents, and losing 7 years of his son's youth. Even more inexplicable is him bringing John with him. Is Superman an idiot and a terrible father now? It seems so. Anyway, we get an endless stream of thought bubbles as Supes assesses the situation. He recognizes the 3 alien races attacking Jor-El. Like the reader, Superman has zero clue why he's here or what's happening. There's so much action in this double-page spread, and Bendis' terrible exposition makes it all boring. The only time Superman feels important is when he confronts the leaders of the Thanagarian, Khund, and Trillium forces. He understands how to approach each leader. His mere presence allows for an immediate temporary ceasefire. This actually makes Superman feel like a powerful, respected hero throughout the galaxy. The worst exchange by far is Superman asking Jor-El, "Why are you under attack?" It's almost as if Superman is the audience and Jor-El is Bendis. Jor-El simply ignores his request for information and acts like he didn't hear anything. It borders on ridiculous and feels like an enormous waste of time, much like Bendis' entire run with the character. Bendis continues to have issues with continuity, motivations, and ad nauseum exposition via dialogue and thought bubbles. Superman looks important for a moment, otherwise the characterization is very poor. I rate it 1.5 out of 5. Stagnant story progression is the bane of Bendis' run with Superman. Clark and John teleport to the site of Jor-El's ship to provide aid. Superman spots Rogol-Zar, who hightails it out of the conflict, leaving Superman to deal with the three alien armies. Superman decides this is a teaching moment for John on shutting down an intergalactic space battle without losing a single life. How he manages to not kill anyone while appearing to fly directly through multiple spaceships is lost on me. Turns out Rogol-Zar's escape is a ruse. He and Zod re-enter the fray, ending the temporary ceasefire. Superman's decision to drag John into an unknown space battle backfires big time. Zod hunts down John while Superman is occupied with Rogol-Zar. The entire story is one long contrivance so Zar and Zod can attack Superman and put John in jeopardy. In the end, the House of El is fully reunited when Supergirl and Krypto arrive to save the men from certain demise. I think this is supposed to be a big reveal, but everyone knows there's a crossover with Supergirl next month. It almost feels like nothing of substance happens to line up with the El family crossover. Superman number 11's plot is thin even by Bendis standards. It's just a space battle, with nothing really happening until Rogol-Zar and General Zod arrive at the end. There's a ton of action in this issue, but it's all wasted and rendered boring by another terrible script from Portland's finest. I rate the plot 1 out of 5. Bendis has had nearly 30 issues to do something, anything interesting with Superman. Even Action Comics, the good series, and I use that term very loosely, features little to no story progression each issue. Superman continues to be hot garbage, and even the normally stellar art is pedestrian this issue. I rate Superman number 10 a 1.5 out of 5. I can't recommend this to anyone, including readers enjoying the series. Please find better comics and increase your expectations for Superman. You don't have to suffer through this terrible writing. There are 80 years of back issues and hundreds of Superman stories that are worth your time. This ain't it, and the sooner Bendis gets put in a corner to finish his contract while not ruining DC's important characters, the better. 27 issues is not a small sample size. There is no hope Bendis can do anything worth reading with the character. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. I would appreciate it very much. It helps us attract more views for the channel. Subscribe for future commentary, comic book news, and reviews. And don't forget to ring the bell for notifications. If you want to talk comics, movies, and much, much more, you can follow me on Twitter at Wes_from_TC. With that, Salamat Po, and I'm out.